I have a very disturbing video to show you all, and this should shock and bother so many people, but especially as a veteran, this really drove me nuts seeing this. And I believe it's a big reason why there's a big mistrust with the VA, and this is only going to push this further. Now, a man by the name of Lawrence Gallard Jr. works at the Fort McPherson VA clinic in Atlanta, Georgia. And basically, he assaulted a 73-year-old Vietnam veteran that was being seen for a hernia surgery at this specific clinic. Now, this took place in April 28th of 2022, and we are just getting the video footage released as of yesterday, I believe. So take a look at this video footage and let me know what your thoughts are. You can see it's pushed right up against the wall. There's no audio for this, by the way. Head hits the wall there, thrown across that table, and then he gets kicked in the neck. And then you're going to see him wind him back again, kick him in the back of the head. Now, one thing that I want to back up is that at the beginning of the video, you're going to see he's currently pointing at the veteran. He's got his finger right in his face and he's pointing at him right there. And he goes to swipe that out of the way, and that sets off the VA worker into attacking him. Now, he was charged with a felony assault because of that, and obviously arrested that day that it happened. Now, important to note, though, that the VA patient advocate, Gallard, was released after paying his bond following the initial charge. Now, for those of you that are wondering, okay, what does a patient advocate do in the first place then? It's an employee that's specifically designated at each VA hospital to manage the feedback received from veterans, family members, and friends. So they basically work directly with management and employees to facilitate resolution. So they're working with the VA and the veteran and families to try to create some cohesion between the two. One of the big things that I want to note is that Webb, the veteran, was hospitalized for 3 days with brain bleeding, hematoma over his right eyebrow, contusions on the elbows, things like that. And he says he doesn't really remember the attack much of itself. Now, his quotes, he's saying he was Mike Tysoning me there. I was just stunned. I don't know what to say. Task and Purpose actually went ahead and they called the Atlanta VA office, and they found out that he is actually still under employment. Now, this is as of 12:51 p.m. on June 21st. I did look at some other articles. They were all posted on June 21st. One article was saying that he was fired. This article is saying that he is still hired. So kind of unsure of what is happening with this this current patient advocate that works for the VA. Now, of course, it's going to create a huge problem for the VA, and the spokespeople are going to come out and they're going to want to make sure that a statement is made, and that's exactly what happened. So the press secretary for the Department of Veteran Affairs made a statement, and they said, I'm going to read it verbatim. "We are horrified at the video of a VA employee assaulting a veteran at the Atlanta VA healthcare system on April 28th. This disturbing behavior is contrary to our core values of treating veterans with the dignity and respect they deserve. We take this matter seriously and will cooperate fully with Fulton County law enforcement." This isn't just the only thing that we're seeing from the VA, unfortunately, that we just had at the beginning of this month. We saw that there was a patient in 2020, 60 years old. He died of heart failure because the VA basically turned him away. And this is a report from the Veteran Affairs Inspector General, basically an independent research and report on what had happened. Now, what happened? Let me break this down just very simplistically. Veteran was found unresponsive at his home. Ambulance arrives, tries to bring him to the VA hospital that he had been seen for previous appointments. What ended up happening is that the VA staff, hospital staff, ambulance crew, EMS first responders couldn't verify if he was a veteran or not, aka his identity, to allow him to have some type of care at the VA hospital. So they were deliberating for several minutes, is what it says, where he finally was then taken to another hospital, and he ended up unfortunately dying of heart failure about 10 hours later. So the question stands of, would that have helped if he would have been seen right away at the VA hospital? I think it's safe to say that, you know, the sooner the better for these type of situations. I'm not a medical expert or a doctor by any means, but I think a lot of people would say something like that. Now, what the big problem about this entirely is that, according to the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act, all hospitals are required and obligated to provide medical screening, examinations, and stabilizing treatment to patients with emergency medical conditions, regardless of the patient's eligibility, aka it doesn't matter if they're a veteran or not, that they can be seen at that VA facility. If it's a medical emergency, they are required to give that care. And the Veteran Health Administration, their policy says that they must never turn away an ambulatory patient or a patient who has arrived by ambulance. So these are big two things that have just come back, and this is on top of some of the other things we've seen from the VA, which is incredibly, incredibly unfortunate. So ladies and gentlemen, I just would like to hear your thoughts on everything that we've kind of discussed today. I know it's a quick, short, down and dirty video, but I saw this and I thought, man, I would love to hear some people's thoughts on everything that's kind of happening. So thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope to see you in the next video. We stream Sunday through Thursday over at twitch.tv/SergeantMadmax. Be sure to tune in. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next video.
I got the shivers whenever